Hello everyone, welcome to the new lesson. And in this particular lesson, you are going to understand three basic important measures of hypothesis testing: confidence level, significance level, and p-value. These are the three important measures of hypothesis testing that is necessary to understand before conducting any hypothesis testing to know how to make decision and conclusion regarding a hypothesis you said, such as null or alternative hypothesis. So let's first understand what does mean by confidence level. So you can see the confidence level is the probability that a statistical estimate such as a mean or a proportion, percentage, etc. from a sample will fall within a certain interval of the true population parameters. A 95% confidence level, for example, implies that if we were to take many samples and calculate a 95% confidence interval for each sample, we would expect about 95% of those intervals to contain the true population parameters. I think you are being confused, right? But don't worry, here is a very simple example for you to understand the confidence level very clearly. So you can see that if a survey reports a mean income of $50,000 with a 95% confidence interval of 48,000 to 52,000, it actually means the researchers are 95% confident that the true average income falls within that range, or this is the range within which the true average income you can find out if you had the data set of entire population instead of a sample data. Next, proceed to the significance level. So the significance level is like a decision threshold in statistical testing. It's a way to set a standard for how confident you want to be in your conclusions, taking into account the possibility of making mistakes. Imagine you are trying to decide whether a new medicine works. The significance level is the point at which you say, if the confidence is beyond this level, you will conclude the medicine is effective, otherwise you will not. When conducting a hypothesis test at a 5% significance level, you are setting a threshold point to take a risk of making mistakes or wrong decision on your hypothesis. By this, you are taking a chance of being wrong on making a decision up to 5%, not more than this. However, the level of significance can be 5%, 2%, 3%, or 1% as per your subject matters. However, the worldwide recognized and accepted significance level is 5%. And now let's proceed to the next measure, which is p-value. When you are doing a statistical test like comparing groups or measuring an effect, the p-value helps you decide whether to accept or reject a null hypothesis. If the p-value is small or less than your chosen significance level, and often 0.05 or 5%, you reject the null hypothesis and conclude on your alternative hypothesis. Or if the p-value is high or higher than your chosen significance level, often 0.05 or 5%, you reject the alternative hypothesis and conclude on your null hypothesis. In our previous example, that our null hypothesis depicted the new teaching method has no capability to improve students' performance, and the alternative hypothesis was the new teaching method has the ability to improve the students' performance. And after conducting the analysis, if we see that our p-value is less than our significance level, suppose 0.05 or 5%, you have to reject the null hypothesis and accept and conclude that the new teaching method has the ability to improve students' performance. That's all. In the next lesson, you are going to learn the complete hypothesis testing steps, and there you will be able to make your make other confusions clear very easily. Thank you.